Hello, welcome back to Mark's Garden UK. Pampas grass. This great big thing behind me is a pampas grass. When I moved here almost 2 years ago, I inherited 2 of these plants in the garden. They were pre-existing. Now, several friends came to visit and they were a little bit sniffy about this plant, and indeed the pampas grass in the 70s and 80s did have a bit of a reputation. I don't know why. It's actually quite a stunning plant with stunning blooms. And then a friend of mine who's in floristry told me that you can actually buy those blooms online, and they can cost about £8 each, £11, including postage and packing. And I've been on Etsy this morning and I've verified that. You can buy these online, these blooms, and they range from £6 to £8 per bloom. The cost difference is due to the length. Now, the 1.8 metre ones are the most expensive one. I'm 1.8 metres tall, so I've got way more than that here in my little collection of blooms. So it begs the question, if you can buy them online, can I sell them online? And if I can sell them online, how much can I sell them for? So today's exercise is, I'm going to harvest all the mature ones. There's some here that are quite mature. They're all this year's blooms. There's some over here which have not quite come out properly yet, so I'll leave them in situ. I'll give you a bit of a close-up of this, but most of the bloom is still inside the stalk. That's still growing. Those up there, these beautiful silvery blooms that are blowing in the wind there, they're just amazing. They're going to be cut down. I'll cut them down as long as possible to the root. I'm going to put them vertically in this bin here, and that will give me the ability to count them as a crop. The next thing I'll do is I'll take them into the garage and I'm going to hang them upside down to dry out. Fortunately, I've got quite high ceilings in the garage. Next thing I'll do is I'll set up an Etsy shop and I'll try and sell them. If you're interested in them, I'll put the link to the Etsy shop at the end of this video in the description box below the video, and I'll also put it up here on the screen somewhere. So if you want to buy some of these, you'll be able to. So there we go. Can I turn my pampas grass into a cash crop? Stick around, because I'm about to harvest them and count them, and if I can get £8 for one of them every single year, I might be onto something. Let me do this now. Let me harvest them, put them in the bin. I'll see you in about 15 seconds. I'll do it fast forward with some music, and then we'll see how many we've got from this plant, and then we can double it for the plant that's over there. I've got 2. Well, I'm using a small pair of loppers. I'm going very, very, very gently, and I'm going as far down to the base as possible so that I've got the maximum length in my stalk. I'm doing this very, very carefully and very gently because I won't be able to sell them if they're damaged. So let's just move the wheelie bin a little bit over here, and let's position it like that, and let's go right down to the base and being very, very, very careful, because parts of this plant are very sharp. The leaves can cut into skin. So there we go. Well, that was an interesting exercise. I've got at least 50 from this plant alone. I've bunched them up in bunches of 10. There's 5 bunches of 10. There's another 2 in my hand, and there's still 20 on the plant. I've left those because they're not fully opened yet, but aren't they absolutely stunning? I think I've fallen in love with this plant. Look at the amazing blooms there blowing in the wind. Isn't that incredible? I'll be even more in love with it if I can get £5 for each one of these, because I got 50 off the other plant, so that's 100, possibly 120 if you count the ones that are still on the plant, times 5, 500 quid. Stage 2, we'll be setting up an Etsy shop and trying to sell them. I'm going to put these in the garage upside down to dry out. I'm going to be very, very gentle with them so that they're all in perfect condition, and then we'll see how it goes out. So this will be part 1. I'll link part 2 at the end of this video so that you can see how my Etsy shop Pampas Grass experiment turns out, and we'll see if we can turn this Pampas Grass into a cash crop and a cash cow. And if I can get £500 a year from that plant every year, year in, year out, I think it's paying me a good rent, don't you? And see you soon for some more Pampas Grass adventures. Bye for now.